one of two people to join in before I start a discussion on the subject matter of the Nigeria. Things are terribly bad. But as I said, the truth is that I still believe that things are going to be all right. Yeah, in normal circumstances, things do go bad, very bad, in many situations before they start getting better. And every day you get phone calls from one of two of your friends, wherever they are. They have some sad stories, some sad experience on how things are very difficult for them, and it's getting very difficult for young people to cope the hardship in the land. I listened to one of Timaya's latest music, unlike the previous musicians. It's actually giving us hope that it's going to be all right. And sincerely, I believe that it will be all right. I know that it's really hurting. Young people cannot feed well. Young people of 18 to 45, 50, and thereabout, even above, older people. People are so malnourished that we don't even see 2 square meal, if ever it is squared. I don't know what that means. So, but what I'm telling you today is yeah, whatever the issue is, we will surely overcome. Yeah, somebody yeah, send me something. I'm trying to respond, please. So, whatever it is, Nigeria will surely overcome. This is not the first time the country is in this quagmire. Right. I'm trying to correct one type of problem. I don't know what's happening to it. Okay, I can do that on my mobile. Just give me a few minutes. Let me see if I can sort it out. Okay, done. Right. So what I mean in essence is that it's bad. It's very bad, typically bad. And if you travel across wherever you're living in Europe, America, Asia, all over the world, you see developments everywhere. And trust me, if we Google or do proper search on how much it costs these countries to put up or make their environment habitable, it's not even up to a tiny fraction of our budgets. I'm not bothered people that are charged with governance. I know they're still all over the world. But the problem is, yeah, people steal. Corruption, stealing, whichever one category the medals fall in. People steal all over the world. People in governance. But the problem is, why are the people charged with governance? They will steal for themselves and their family. They will steal for generations. 3, 4 generations. And technically, they only succeed in impoverishing the whole population. All the dividend of democracy we are getting from Nigeria are lies, propaganda, and deceit. And because they know that it is hurting, they use hunger as a weapon, just like we had. See what is happening now. The rice, which is the major step of food, they're using it as a political football. You cannot ban what you don't have. The rice production we have in Nigeria today, the local production is not even up to 21%, far below that. So automatically, what are we going to achieve in that situation? The production of rice in Nigeria is less than 21%, even far less than 21%, because check the rice farmers or where we have major rice producing states like Kaduna, Taraba, we have Benue, we have Ebonyi, we have Borno, and other KB just came up. KB started the mechanized just a few years ago, around 7 years ago, but that's still not big. So if you check these few states I've mentioned now, all of them, I repeat again, all of them have security challenges. How will the farmers enter inside their farms without coming back a car? Being killed by one idiot from either Niger or Chad or Cameroon or Mali or Daraba. This is the problem. Then they will tell you that our rice production has skyrocketed. It's not a problem. Everybody would like our rice production to go up. Yeah, it is our country. Not money who is there. To be honest, nobody cares. All Nigerians care is that things are okay. Food is on the table. Even if it is two square meal a day is okay. We can manage that, but it is not there. And the more worrisome is not minding the situation we find ourselves. We have young people who either they're expecting to get one position, SA to one body, SA to local government councillor, SA to local government chairman, SA to commissioner, SA to governor, SA to president's SA. This is their expectation and dreams. They are paid, some of them 25,000 naira, 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 naira a month. All they do is to undermine those who have given their heart for a better Nigeria. When some of us complain, they will brand it a different name. No. Every Nigerian loves Nigeria. This is all the country that we have. But I don't think it's best for us to keep quiet. And a very loving friend, beloved friend will call you. It's a pathetic story. Even if you are helping, how many people are you going to help? How much do you have? If we can waste $330 million, the last Abacha money from Switzerland, that money is enough to build two good universities of Oxford and Cambridge. And what are you going to do there? Use it as a graduate conversion program. Every year we have no less than 200 to 300,000 graduates coming out. Push them to these new universities, mega universities of colleges system. Bring in the Bangalore experience, Mumbai and Bangalore. If you pack all these graduates, pull them there for a year, they will learn coding, they will learn website management, they will learn SAP softwares, they will learn Oracle, they will learn project management. You convert them to something meaningful. In 2 years, they will change our state. We will use these graduates as export, just like India is. If you come to the UK, the civil service of the United Kingdom today, over 35 to 40% of the civil servants are Indians. There's nothing anybody can do. They work so hard to be there. You don't fold your hand or use lies and propaganda to build a country. No, just like what we have in Nigeria today. Nobody is against any government. Nobody. If Buhari has been in power, and honestly, the roads are okay, the airports looks like 20% what we have all over the world, food is there, Nigerians are secured, nobody will agitate. After all, our parents endured military. Our brothers, we even saw military. Nigerians endured military. Why can't we endure a civilian that is half-baked? So it's not about people that always misunderstand when we criticize policies of government. It has nothing to do with anybody. It's just that we want a better Nigeria, a prosperous Nigeria, a secure Nigeria. At least where food and shelter will not be much of a problem to a typical Nigerian. 1 minute, please. Good. Right. Yeah. So what we are saying is that let a government do as little as they can. We are not expecting so much from anybody, especially this current government. We know how handicapped, as a consultant, somebody that can appraise little things. I know that I don't expect miracle from the government, but we need the basics. It doesn't take rocket science to build road. Every time we get the lies that it's rainy season, all over the world during rainy season, they are building roads. Countries are building roads. Countries are building roads all over the world. So the idea that somebody will just jump up one day and tell you that, oh, it's because it's rainy season, we are doing this, we are doing that. That is not correct. They are building roads everywhere. Everywhere they are building roads. Whether it's rainy season, wet season, winter, people, they are building roads, they are repairing roads, they are constructing new ones. And that creates job. Every day they will tell you that, oh, we spend trillions and trillions on capital projects. These are their lies. They are budgeted, but they ended up in private pockets. They ended up in private pockets. As I repeat, people can still, but do the basics. If go different countries, it's young people. If you go to airport, but in Nigerian airports, civil service, it's old men. If you go to civil service in other countries, it's people 18, 20, 30, 40 years, 55. These are people you see in civil service. The older people are consultants because they have been there for years, 20 years, 30 years. They start giving back to the society. But our own people started working at 40, 50. Even at 70, they will cut their age by 20. Then they don't go back to 50 again. So the young people will not get a job. Even if they get a job, they don't have experience to do it. How can the country grow? How can the country grow? If we talk, people are saying, somebody's telling me revolution is not about that. Revolution solution is what we are discussing now, because all these guys chat with governor, they have ears. People cannot continue in this manner. People cannot continue. We have a sitting president that is on holidays. Of course, yes, he has a right to be anywhere. He's a human being. He can be sick, he might be tired, have a little rest. Of course, yes, it is his right. But constitutionally, if you are leaving the country, you hand over to your vice. Automatically, if you are on holidays in outside country, you are still a president, but there must be an acting president who will be doing your work until you're back. So the idea that some bunch of people will take documents, a constitutional amendment or draft of bills, and send to a president in foreign country to go and endorse or sign. That's ludicrous. It doesn't make sense. What we are putting, is it what we're going to tell our grandchildren? That this is the Nigeria that we have to be, because we keep quiet, because all we are saying, oh, it's my brother that is in government, it's my party man that's in government. No. PDP and APC, they are not the first party we have seen. We have seen many parties, they have come and go. This government will still come and go, but we still have Nigeria. I still believe that Nigeria, we haven't reached the stage of irredeemable. Nigeria can still be managed. But I believe that things have gone so bad, dangerously bad, that keeping quiet is no longer an option. Just 1 minute, replying one or two things. So keeping quiet in a situation like that, it's not gonna, it's of no good to anybody. I know for some of us, it is not the best. Some of us, our security is no longer secured. We're no longer secured. Coming back, our security has been compromised by the situation there. It's the sacrifice we have to pay. But to be honest, we still have to do what we can do. We have to mention them, say them. Some people will come and tell you, when you are telling them what the situation is, they will tell you fake news. Fake news of what? I don't have any benefit in any of this. Some of us don't live in Nigeria. Even if we come with £2, you can go outside and eat very well. Equivalent of £2 in Nigeria cannot give you a good meal. This is why I'm worried. It's not about me. It's not about me. I am not a billionaire. I would love to be one. But every problem, every timeline of my friends that I read, they're agonizing the situation. No job, no money, no good housing, transportation a problem. People in Lagos will leave island to mainland. That is the end of the day. You stay 9 hours a day on the road. That technically is reducing the life expectancy of people because stress. We don't have a good Medicare. That's why you see young people, all of a sudden they will drop, they will die. It's pressure, stress. So nobody have time to go for a checkup because you have to eat first. It's not really you eating. Your friends might need that money. Your relations might need that money. But if we have a good Medicare where people can go to general hospitals and have free checkup, most of the sicknesses can be prevented. A Nigerian can die because of a sickness of $5. $5 can send a young Nigerian to grave. I don't think that we are praying that this is the type of Nigeria we have all prayed for. No. Just 1 minute, please. Yeah, sorry for the break. I was replying another thing anyway. So how long? How long? And those people that their job is to undermine some young men and women who are speaking out against the policy, not against people in government. Those people are not our business because they will come and go. Nigeria will remain what it is. They will come and go. Our problem is the policies of those charged with governance, not the people themselves. So those of you whose job is to attack them, how do you feel? You're only doing that, messing people around online just because your target is to be an SA to a councillor of your local government. You be an SA of a local government chairman, SA to member of House of Assembly or rep or Senate or your governor. SA, media. That strategically, 95% of you that is attacking people who are bringing solutions, who are correcting government ills. Because when you correct them, if it is a listening government, there are times they will change it. We don't expect miracle from this government. Because when a lawyer is a work minister, you don't expect miracle to happen. He will have frictions with engineers in work ministry. He will have absolute problem with people in work ministry because the experts who are the technocrats in that ministry that have been there for 10, 20, 30 years, they know everything. They know how to build roads. They know what to use, either it's concrete or bitumen or whichever method they're going to use and tools they're going to use. This is a lawyer. He is just a paper tiger. Most of the things, he read them. Or people advise him wrongly. And this is why they are failing. But if you put up an engineer, electrical, construction, mechanical, and works, that is project management. That is his field. The DG there, other ministry officials, they will be talking the same language. But when you put a lawyer, a legal person to be in charge of work ministry, what do you expect? A medical doctor supposed to be a minister of health. But in Nigeria, where do you get them? There might be agric ministry. How are you going to reconcile this? How are you going to reconcile this? We have thousands of friends and brothers back home. How much people in diaspora cannot help everybody? And every day they are bringing policies that is undermining people taking home. You close a border because of rice. That was their main reason. Because of rice. Rice is 1/2 million or 3 million things that are being exported or imported, into Nigeria. Rice. Our production, local production, is less than 21%. What happened to the 80-something? Now, what they do is to give import license to their brothers and sisters. They will bring them in through various ports, and they will be rationing it to people. A bag, 30,000. A bag, 25,000. They are making like ×4, ×5. They are deliberately punishing Nigerians. Nobody is closing border is not a problem. As stupid as it is, we had the custom minister or the custom director talking about China closed the border for 40 years. Do they think that Nigerians are stupid? An average Nigerian have at least school cert. Information is at our tip of our fingers because we can Google things, even if we don't know. And I am so impressed that some people responded to that foolishness from the custom director telling you that China closed their border for 40 years. That's what China is a superpower today. No, that is absolute nonsensical. That branded custom officer or custom director must be reminded, apart from 41 to 42 million people dying of hunger under Chairman Mao as a leader of China, within that 40 days he was talking about, 40 years he was talking about, 41 to 42,000 people. 41 to 42 million people died in China as a result of that blockage. Just like when a snail all of a sudden they will use one stuff to seal themselves. A snail, no more snail in the village. When a snail does that, automatically it's like hunger strike. You are punishing yourself. Majority of them don't survive. Because no matter how much food they store, it's not going to last that long. China lost people. Just as we are losing people now. Little sicknesses, some people are dropping on the road, dropping in their car. They will be sleeping, they will die off. Most of them are hunger related. Sicknesses of 10 pounds or $10 that cannot be, it wasn't detected on time because our hospitals don't have the facility. Not that we don't have manpower, because Nigerian doctors are the best all over the world. The only problem is leave that shore, come outside, within a month or two, that is it. But let me give you more why China was there. China in the last 25, 30 years have sent almost 17 million young people across the world to study development. What I mean studying development is like reverse engineering. They give the scholarship to study science and technology, mathematics, different courses in different universities. Full scholarship. You cannot go to any part of the world, see a Chinese student sweeping the road just like Nigerians do, because his accommodation is taken care of, his tuition is taken care of, his food and clothing is taken care of. He has pocket money, at least $1,500 every month, $2,000. For 25 years, they have been on this policy. They have the best. So on graduation, most of them will get job. They will work in some strategic places. They take the technology back. They get good education. They will go back, start reverse engineering on some certain areas of the economy that relates to them. Then what happened to Nigeria? In the last 6, 7 years, we have scholarships. First class people are given scholarship to study in any university of choice across the globe. There are other scholarships that take people outside Nigeria, excuse me, to overseas. This scholarship and these students were, this problem was truncated when the new government of Buhari assumed office in 2015. Many Nigerian students that are on scholarship, federal scholarship, it's just like throwing a rug on their leg. They stopped the scholarship at the middle of the road. The PhD students, most of them are in first year or second year. They have no money to pay for tuition fee. So somebody said the problem can be Nigerian economic can sustain that kind of revolution. We're not talking about revolution. Can't revolution be applying a good policy? When today, let's say that we want to use the Bangalore, anybody living overseas will tell you that China is in every part, India is in every part of the world. They have the soft skill. Let that be our revolution. When we're talking about revolution, what are you going to fight? All the money they have, your friend, your best friend, your closest friend will mess you around because he is waiting for a peanut from the government. He is expecting to be a PA, a media aide to a councillor in your village. He is the person that will kill you because you are opposing the councillor who is doing the wrong thing. What kind of revolution are you talking about? We're not talking about revolution. If you are talking about revolution, we have to revolutionize our policies. Let them have human face. Building a speed train from Lagos to Calabar cannot take more than 18 months. That money that was shared by the government, the 320 million that was shared, that will build that rail station from Lagos to Calabar. That it might be like 2.5 hours, 3 hours. So meaning that somebody from Calabar can be working in Lagos and going back after end of the work. That would decongest Lagos. By 12 o'clock midnight and 1 o'clock, the goods train, containers will start moving. That will prolong the life of our roads. We can still do the same thing from Port Harcourt, Enugu to Abuja, Ibadan to Abuja. We already have the one of the previous government, Abuja to Kaduna, and extend it to Kano. Put speed train from Lagos to Maiduguri can take us like 6 hours or 5 hours. But now train is like 2 days or more. This would change because National Rail in the UK employs millions and millions of people. It is these same young people that are suffering. That if most of them don't have 10,000 or 100,000 in their account, they are the same people supporting the people destroying the economy. We're not saying what we are saying. I keep saying that. We're not saying all this, that we have a problem with any government. We have no problem. We only have, personally, I have issues with their policies. I only have problem with issues of government. I have no problem with anybody. Because how are you going to believe in any human being instead of God? They will come and go. Nigeria remain there. PDP, APC will come and go, just like the others political parties. So if you see the bunch of people who are online every day acting like a monitoring spirit, if you say the truth, they're going to tell you it's a fake news. No, nobody would definitely intentionally put up a fake news, because you can put up a post today. The SS to the president or SS to the people in government will say, oh, look at, people have known this, they will go and correct it. That doesn't make what you said is fake. But people bringing those information as early as possible, they are the people serving the country. They are telling you that Nigerians, the military will be checking you on the road if you have ID card. For God's sake, nobody has a right. Nobody has a right. The sovereignty of that country belongs to the populace, not the government. Our citizenship cannot be determined by a card of 3,000 naira. We are Nigerians, whether we have passport, whether we have ID, no military, no police have a right to do that. We are Nigerians, we are Nigerians. So if the government have not made any effort to send away the herdsmen from Chad and Niger, Mali, that invaded the country, killing thousands, before people were like, I know most people were like, oh, it's Fulani. No, it is not Fulani Nigeria. Fulani Nigerians are just like any other Nigeria. They have compassion. I said it one time, when I was a kid, there are Fulanis that always pass through my village. When they hear kids crying, they will just wait and ask what's going on. At times, maybe it's the jadi things or kids, normal typical kids problem. They will lay hand into their pocket, into their bags, bring one tiny drop, give the kid will sleep and wake up. There he goes. That's the Fulani we know. But these wicked people now that are coming from overseas, we have no relationship with them. So they have no empathy or sympathy for a typical Nigerian. That's why when they kill, they will kill Nigerians as if they are meat. Meat is even better because you're going to eat it after. So why are we keeping them? Instead of the military trying to stamp them out, take them wherever they come from. You are now attacking the Nigerians that have been impoverished, hunger-stricken, to donate 3,000 for a card they will never use. Telling people that are going to sit for JAMB that they must have NIM number. For what? So that's another way to stop young people from entering university because they don't have that number, the ID card number. That's not fair. That is not fair. The effect of all this is that happening now, people are keeping quiet. The effect might be monument. People are not seeing it. The effect will be dangerous. So that man that is telling you that China blocked there, but by the way, let's take it there. Why is it that the only example we get from this government and their supporters is bad examples? Examples of fair content, fair policies. They would tell you, Germany failed in 2001, 1900. If Nigeria failed, there's no problem. 400 people died in a road accident in Namibia. So we should not bother because there's an accident in Nigeria. Why are they giving us examples of failed states? Why not tell us that 40% of what Lagos state government have budgeted in the last 10 years is enough to build Dubai, a new city? Why can't they tell us that? That is the problem. If you go to the city of Dubai, from one angle to the other, these are young people working. The people that are in government here, they empower their people with education, basic education. Young people from immigration to customs, everywhere are young people. People 18, 19, 20, 30, 40 years. In Nigeria, people in this age bracket, all they're waiting is to defend their commissioner. Their criminal commissioner is to defend him or defend non-performing governor or president. That's all they defend. Then other people that will, analyze a policy and tell you that this is not going to work. Can't we do it one way or the other? You start attacking them. Most of us that have Facebook account will be reported. And so it's God anyway. So because if you report me, I'll only walk down to a Facebook office and trash it. And most of them, you won't have account against. So reporting me now is dangerous. For you that don't know, Chidi Cali, I don't have any financial benefit in whatever you see I post or say. My benefit is like, I want my country to be prosperous. I want the food security to return back to Nigeria the way it was in 2012, 13, and 14, where we have enough food and we start storing them in silos because Nigeria has short memory. We build 33 silos. Silos is a strategic storage device where excess grain, excess rice, different agricultural outputs are stored in case of famine and emergency. We have enough when there are flood in the food basket area of Middle Belt and some South, and a little bit up and out. Nigeria didn't ask the international community to give us food. We have enough food in the strategic reserve. But because that government, they are not good in media, nobody know about it. We saw that food came from nowhere. Nema was working, distributing food. There was no food shortage because we have enough in our strategic reserve. They pump it in the market. It stabilizes prices. Now, what we use to stabilize price is propaganda and intimidation. Rice farmers, please sell rice cheaper. What a pathetic people in government. Beans sellers, beans prices are so much. Ordinary people cannot buy it. Can you please reduce the price? Which planet did these guys come from? Beans takes months. If you are serious, there are empty lands all over Nigeria. Take hectares of land. Know the number of beings that can be cultivated to say, I'm targeting 50 tons or 40 tons or 200 tons in a specific area. Target it. This is how, in the US, how many farmers do they have in the US? Big farmers. Massive farmers that feed the whole of the US. There are some tiny farmers. They're not even up to 400. But Nigeria, they will tell you, government have registered 3 million farmers. And Nigeria is hungry with 3 million farmers. America have 300, 500 big farmers. They are feeding themselves, a country of 325 million. And they are exporting all over the world. 300 to 500 farmers in the US. But the government will tell you that we have 2 million, 3 million farmers registered. People will be clapping. That has controlled employment. Nonsense. How long are you going to be lying to people? How long are you going to be lying to people? That is the problem. Just 1 minute, please. So that is the point. But the only good message I'm going to give out is, I don't know where your time is. Things are bad, but it's not going to be like this forever. For you to get a new yam, you have to bury the old one. So all these people will pass away. But there must be a new Nigerian. We must take back that country. So I am appealing to every youth, whichever the condition, situation is, it's temporal. They will come and go. The worst, we have to endure the next 2 or 3 years. But I am taking this opportunity now to appeal to the National Assembly that they should, without wasting much time, wherever you are, if you know any of them, relay the message. We need the electoral system to be amended where our votes will count. Where our votes will count, because when you're talking about those people saying revolution, why are you going to do revolution when you're hungry? What, your tummy is empty. If you see, there have been a protest in Hong Kong for how many? Nearly 2 months. Those people are living very well. Most graduates there have a salary of very close to $60,000 to $70,000 a year. $70,000 a year. They have enough money. Even if they didn't work for one month, they have enough savings. In Nigeria, 90% of the graduates can't even feed themselves. So it's scary. What are you going to do? So that's what we are saying, that people have to be steadfast. Never lose hope. Whatever this issue is, it will come and go. We will surely overcome them. When a man will steal, he will steal the money that belongs to us. He steal the one that will belong to our children, the one that belongs to our children, and he's still packing money. You go to NPC today, there is no single policy, there is no single contract that goes out of an NPC without having people that relates to the president or his party or friend of friend. None. They will get a contract, and in the next bit, the contract will be given to the real people that will do it. So those people will struggle now to make profit. So what will happen? The contract will not meet up the standard because the greedy people that got the contract first have their commission or their percentage have eaten deep into the cost, not even the profit, has eaten deep into the cost. So the new contractor has to cut cost to make sure he delivers. That's the situation of Nigeria. We have never get it this bad. Never. Whether you buy my idea or not, it's not like this is practical, real. We have never ever get it this bad. And if you look there, it's not even up to 15 people or 20 people that are keeping Nigeria hostage, even keeping the president hostage, because in most circumstances, the man, the president doesn't even know. Just like he keep telling you he's not aware, he's not aware. He might be honest about it, but he's not aware. So that means that people that were not elected into this office are holding Nigerians hostage. And I just keep quiet. You have a right to go on street and protest. It is your right. I have never heard that Nigerian police has successfully gone to court to stop you from protesting. Never happened. They only come out and go around unless you are violent, you play into their hands. You play into their hand. Why they arrest protesters is because when people call out for protests, you only have 10, 20 people. But look at Guinea-Conakry last month. They have very close to 1 million people. 1 million people go to Guinea-Conakry because of corruption, hunger in the land, and all that too. Bad policies of government. Guinea-Conakry of just a neighbor there. 1 million people were on the street. None of them were asking for, give me 50 naira, give me 1,000 naira to come out, give me transport money to come and protest. Apart from Nigerians in diaspora, everybody keeps quiet as if things are okay. I am telling you, nothing is okay. It's not going to change tomorrow morning. But it's only you that will change it. If you keep quiet, and those who think that, because they will, no, they will make you SA. Ask the other SAs how they are living. You are selling the future of generations to come. When you are attacking people who are honest, doing what they are doing to bring a better society, doing what they are doing to get a better Nigeria that will be prosperous, secured for each and every one of us, no matter where you come from. So I am appealing to you, especially those charged with governance. I am Chidi Cali. I'm begging each and every one of you guys, in the name of God, it is hurting for an average Nigerian. An average Nigerian is hurting. It is difficult. They have never get it this bad. Not minding the propaganda and lies that you are telling the world. Hunger has never hit Nigerians. Even the history of civil war we had, not in the midst of the battle, people were still eating. There are people that were cut off. These are people that starved and all that too. The people that were running away to safety, they were still farming within a short time. It takes 4 months, 5 months to grow, just less than that, 2 months, 3 months to grow maize. You can convert maize to different type of meal, processed meal. So government know what to do. But the problem is that they have been so dishonest on everything that relates to ordinary people. They play game. They play politics on everything. How are you lying about the life of people? How are you lying about food production? How are you lying about the reason of closing the border? How can you close border in 2019? Just telling us that it is rice. How much rice do you produce to close border? If you are losing revenue because of duties, are they so stupid? You have to be competitive. You reduce your price. We have a bigger country, a bigger population. We will balance because of volume. We will balance. Assuming, okay, now it's only 50 people that pay duties in Nigeria. They pay 10 naira. That's 500 naira is our income in a month. Now you reduce it to 30. In fact, we get like 2,000 people. Multiply 2,000 with 30. That is massive. It's almost 5 times or 4 times what we were getting before. We reduce the price to be competitive. Volume, people going through that. But when to bring a mobile phone or a cup of glass, a glass cup into Nigeria, it takes 1 naira. Okay, let's say 10 naira. In Cotonou, they will say 1 naira, you bring it. Why can't you bring it, do it like 3 naira? Reduce it 3 naira. We have population. The volume will increase the turnover. It's simple. Stop lying. Stop telling us this gibberish. It's absolute nonsensical tales. Nigerians are not stupid. Where we have no less than 100 million graduates, and you are still thinking that we are in the 1930s. No, we're not stupid. The only problem is that we don't have the will to confront you. Keeping quiet doesn't mean that we are cowards. Nigerians are not cowards. They should stop lying to us. The president should wake up and tell us this is the situation. We know how. Okay, now, if you look at the budget, our budget is 10 million. To service debt and both local and international is around, the budget is 10 trillion. Almost 80% of that budget is going on debt servicing. Then can people tell us what debt are we servicing? Can they match them with projects? So if we have only less than 2 trillion of the 10 billion for recurrent expenses, and that means no project, no road will be repaired. In fairness, none. They will lie and lie, tell it's rain. It's a lie. They will patch, when they are patching, you know that what that means. There's no money. There's no money. That is why they are taxing Nigerians like criminals. You send little money in your account. Before, if you send 1,000, before the month runs out, you have around 400 naira. They will collect stamp duty, withdrawal, deposit, service, ATM. How can ATM that is in your pocket? They will tell you that they are servicing your ATM card. What an absurdity. How have these people not wrecked Nigerians? The ATM card that is in your card, in your pocket, they say they are servicing it. Banks are collecting money. Nobody talks anything. And majority of these bank directors, they are Nigerians that study abroad. They have seen how these things work. Our ATM card helps them. It reduces cost because most of us don't go to the bank again. That helps the bank to save cost. The ATM cards. Instead of going there and queue for 1 hour, you have 10 staff paying out money. They will cut off that job of 10 people. You have your ATM card, go to ATM machine, plug in there, collect your money. There you go, bingo. Banks are saving millions, and they are charging us for helping them to save money because nobody talk. If we talk, the man that is being getting the punishment of these wicked policies, they will report us. He says they will report us to the government. They'll put our names at the airport that we will not enter Nigeria. It's a matter of time. Heaven and earth knows that we have no financial interest. when we talk about good governance. I'm not into politics. The political talks that I say is where it affects ordinary people. I might support a candidate or the other across party lines. But once I find out that they will give good governance to Nigeria, I give them my hand. I criticize policies. I don't criticize them that I hate who is making them. I criticize them that they can make amend. They can reverse the policies and bring policies and issues that have human face. That's why we do what we're doing. I have no business with any of these politicians. As far as they're doing what they promised Nigerians they're going to do, we have. Why am I going to be disturbing myself? If I say I'm going to take like 1 hour to do this post now, or whatever, if things are normal, if Nigerians are secured, if foreign investment are secured, because as it is now, before 31st of January, I'm telling you, over 40% of foreign investors will pull out. Because when you make exit difficult for an investor, you know what that means. They know what they're doing. I don't want to sound stupid. Only that there might be some section of the policy or place they want strategic plan of what they want to achieve by blocking some certain people from trading.